Hey there, planners. The time has come to say goodbye to this planner. I have absolutely loved it. She is super chunky and has served me so well for the past 4 months, and I wanted to do a final flip through with you before I say goodbye to this planner. So go grab your planners and let's get planning. So I have absolutely loved this Stalogy. I think I fell back in love with Stalogy while being in this planner, and it has served me so wonderfully over the last 4 months of the year. And I'm really excited to move on to my new planner, but I'm also a little sad to say goodbye to this one because it's so well loved and well used and so fat and chunky, and I still really love this planner cover. So it is going to be hard to say goodbye, but I do have a fantastic new planner to move into. I'm going to have lots of videos listed down in the description box all about this planner. That if you want to see more setup videos and flip throughs along the way and monthly plan with me, things like that, you can check that out down below. Before I dive right in and start the flip through, I do want to say welcome to those of you who are new here at Planning Annie. We are super excited to have you. We are a community of planner enthusiasts. We love talking about our planners, sharing our planners, sharing ideas with each other, getting things done, nailing a to-do list. We also really enjoy planner supplies and stationery and all the creative aspects of this hobby. So if that sounds like something you enjoy, we hope you will consider subscribing and becoming a permanent part of our community. For those of you returning, you probably have seen this grow and be well loved for the last few months. So it's time to say goodbye, and I just wanted to do a final flip through with you all so that you could see how much I truly used and loved this planner. I am going to be staying in a Stalogy, an A5 Stalogy, for the beginning of 2024. So stay tuned for even more Stalogy fun. But I'll start with the cover. The cover is absolutely gorgeous, and it has done so well. I still have room to grow. I mean, I have chunked this thing up just about as full as it can go, and I still feel like I could have gone more. Like there's still room for it to grow even more. And so this is Aura Estelle. It's an A5 notebook cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. The red has been really beautiful towards the end of this year, fitting all the holidays and the seasonal color scheme. So I absolutely love it. I am sticking with Aura Estelle in 2024 as well, and will be using a Aura Estelle cover for my new A5 Stalogy. All right, I still have some of my Christmas decorations in here, which I am going to pull out so that I can save them and use them again next year. And I'll empty out all the pockets and take out all the tabs. Anything that can be reused, I'll do that. You know, anything that's not taped in or pinned down, I'll take out and reuse. So I've got this A5 Stalogy, and I apologize for the glare. I've got this A5 Stalogy in a clear Midori notebook cover, A5 notebook cover. I find these work really great with Stalogies and just kind of protect it and give it a little bit more stability. And I did create a holographic vinyl stickers with my Cricut and put it in there. Mischief Managed, which goes along with my inside cover, which is just the Marauders map printed out on sticker paper and stuck to the inside. So I do not store my notebooks in these plastic covers. I take them out and just keep them just like this. I will put a date on the spine, usually somewhere on the spine or on the front cover. I'll indicate the year. That way I can keep up with what year they are. But I really like to reuse these clear covers because I think they're really handy for putting on your planner. So now that it's out of the cover, I will just do a flip through. So there's the front. I like decoration on the front. Sometimes I will put clear sticky pockets, but I think it's nice to have something, you know, appealing when you open up your planner. All right, and then I have the 2023 holidays. A lot of the things that I have in here are either free printables or homemade items that I made out in Canva. I have lots of videos about how I do that and where I get free printables from. I'll have that all listed down below. If you see something specific that you're interested in and I don't mention where it's from, just let me know. I obviously did not finish highlighting all of my holidays, so I need to finish that up because clearly we've made it through all the holidays listed here. I set this planner up at the end of summer, coming into September, and so this was a great opening then. I didn't mark off my last 2 months, and so just for aesthetics, I will do that. These are transparent sticky notes that I got in a pack from Amazon, and I think these are really so cute and so handy to use, but the way I did this was just used it to mark off where the dates are on this year at a glance printable. All right, and then I have the 2024 holidays just here for reference. I did end up referencing this a few times. This is a vellum that I printed myself and then cut down to A5 size. And then I have the 2024 year at a glance, and these year at a glance printables actually came from Hourglass Planners on Etsy. Okay, I did some beginning pages, and I will flip through some of them. Some of the items I will have blurred out in my planner, obviously, because some things are just going to be private. And I don't know that I'll go through every single page, but I do want to go through a good portion of it so you can see how I used it. This is decorative. This is a vellum. This is actually from Planner Press. From a long time ago, a subscription box to Planner Press. Behind here, I have my goals broken down by quarter. I'm not going to flip to those right now because there are some private things there, but that's what I had on that page. I had some coffee, a coffee vellum that I printed out, and a little coffee decor. I had a list of things I wanted to do before the year ends, which I actually have done most of these items. I can check off. All right, and then I had my daughter's homeschool tracking attendance tracker and this really cute little vellum and just some decorative paper. Behind here, I had a list of subscriptions that I like, planner subscriptions and other, skincare subscriptions, things like that. I was trying to track those. I am going to attempt in 2024, at least early 2024, some low buy or no buy activities. So I wanted to kind of keep track of what my subscriptions were, and I have ended up canceling most of them. I'm coming into 2024 with no planner related subscriptions, which is the first time in a long time that's been the case. I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. Do you have any subscriptions for planner related items or stationery related items, art related items that you're coming into 2024 with? I'd love to hear what they are. Okay, I did start a list for things I wanted to add to my next planner. I had one item and I added it, so that was obviously not a page I ended up using very much. More vellums, more decor. I've made a list of my go-to dinners. This is a list that I also recreated again in my 2024 planner because I just find this so handy to have, and I do end up referencing it quite a bit. All right, and then I had a wish list, which I didn't do a very good job of keeping up with this. I had different folks identified, like family members, a list for them. And this was really, when I set it up in September, I was thinking that I would use this more coming into Christmas. I did capture a few things which were handy, but I did not use this list as much as I thought I would. Here I have my reoccurring task list, which has been extremely handy. I actually ended up tabbing this page because I came back to it at least every week, sometimes more frequently, definitely monthly when I did the setups. I have lots of videos talking about my reoccurring task list, how to set that up and why I use this. I'll have some of those listed down below. But this is a list that I do reference quite frequently. It does get updated about once a quarter, which is perfect because I update my planning system once a quarter, and I can always make sure this list is up to date. These are all the things that I don't want to try to remember, but I need to get done on some reoccurring basis, yearly, quarterly, daily, monthly, weekly. So that list is here. And I also had a trigger list. Trigger list being to trigger my mind to remember the things that I need to do. So for example, upcoming celebrations, travel and trips, emails, calls, mail, projects in progress, you know, family time, file cabinet, life goals, all kinds of triggers to help me remember the things that I need to get done. This is just a random sticky note. I don't know what this is. I love these kind of things though, and I love flipping back through my planner because I love to find just little notes and bits and pieces of life, and you'll see that throughout my planner. Okay, here is a fall movies to watch list, and I did a pretty good job. So you can see anything that's blacked out is what I ended up watching. I did have quite a few. Oh, there's one I did watch, The Wizard of Oz, so I'm going to mark that off. There's quite a few that I did not get to though, so maybe next year. But this was really fun to do this. I also did this again later in the planner for the holiday season, Christmas season, and holiday movies. All right, and then here is the first month, the monthly setup. This is a piece of printed acetate. This was a freebie from SM Plans. I do like to have this just sort of to check off the dates, just as a reference on a cover page. This is actually a sticker from Graham Plans that I blew up really large and printed out. You will see most of the stickers that you will see throughout this planner are going to be from Graham Plans. I am a huge fan of printable stickers. I have a Cricut. It saves me a ton of money on stickers, and I can print as many as I want to, and I can do things like this where I blow it up really big and print it out. So if you are interested in Graham Plans, I do have a code down below that you can use for a discount on Graham Plans. Stickers. Okay, here's my monthly calendar. Most of the calendars that you see here are going to be from Hourglass Planners on Etsy. That's the case for all of my monthly setups. I typically have at least 2 monthly calendars, one as like a master family calendar list, you know, schedule of what we're all doing and what's happening in our lives, and one for a meal plan, because I really like to come back and look at these, get ideas, and you know, plan for the future, see what we liked, see what we didn't like. And I also like to have meal plan at a monthly view instead of weekly view. So two calendars. All of the decor again is Graham Plans. Here, oh, a little holiday. We went on a little holiday trip and went to a little holiday market. So that is just stuck in there. And then I have Planning Annie stuff, you know, ideas that I was thinking about, videos and when they would post and all of those things. And then we get into the daily pages. And so I'm going to flip through just a few of these from September so you can see this in the beginning. There was a lot of journaling, but also the to-do. And let me see if I can find another little, we went to an apple orchard, so I stuck that in there. You can see in the beginning, I was just kind of like finding my rhythm again with Stalogies. It always takes me a minute to find my rhythm. But you'll see I do settle into a rhythm. And if I can find a good page as an example, I'll have to wait until I get further along and maybe show a good, like where I settled out with my normal layout. Okay. You're going to see throughout this planner as I flip through, there are collection type pages. If you're familiar with the bullet journaling method, a collection page is not necessarily part of your schedule, like a daily or a monthly or a weekly page, but it's just kind of like a specific topical area where you want to collect ideas. So you will see these sprinkled throughout this planner. This was the first page that I started sort of daydreaming and throwing out ideas, making lists of what I wanted in my 2024 planner system. And so I've got lots of, you know, sort of scribbly ideas. I even had to continue, and I wrote a little note to myself, I continued this ideation on page 55. I do number the pages in my Stalogy. So I know that this continues on page 55. I have, this next page was a goals page. I'm not going to open that up because there are some private things there. I have brain dump for the month of September, a bunch of sticky notes. on a page, kind of like a sticky notes dashboard there. I've got, this was a spread that I used throughout the life of this planner, and it was just writing out for each month which stickers I wanted to print, which sticker kits. And so as I was kind of thinking, oh, that's a good one, I want to make sure I use that one, or as I picked up additional ones from Fran, making sure that I grabbed those. All right, and then I started using a weekly page here, just Monday through Sunday, and then a to-do. You'll see lots of these. These are tip-ins that I print on vellum or other paper, and usually free images or images from Canva, or even the printable stickers blown up to this size. So you'll see lots of those. Okay, and then we go back into the daily pages. I'll just flip through those kind of quickly. I had some Bible journaling notes here, and also this was a family Bible study, and then also I was getting ready to set up a new Bible journal, a faith journal, so I had some ideas here on this page. This was brainstorming word of the year. This was a free printable from Hello Petite Paper, absolutely gorgeous. If you're not following Hello Petite Paper on Facebook, you should be, because the Facebook group, she offers some really great free printables. Usually not until after the first of the month. So I end up using them like not for the setup of the month, but like further into the month, but they really are. It's gorgeous artwork. And then I was just doing some brainstorming about my word of the year. I ended up going with renew as my word of the year. All right, and then back to the weekly pages, and then to the daily pages. Okay, this is where I really started to settle into a routine, and I think I can use this as an example. So the way I started to use my daily pages is having sort of on the outsides column, a thin column of to-dos, and then having a time strip, which I use this washi tape, which lots of shops will offer this washi tape. This is from Aura Estelle, but it has the time strip on it. So I will use that on my pages and create my own little time strip, and then sort of write out my schedule. And then I always have some room down here for journaling. For example, here, my daughter and I got our, in the month of September, there was a buy one, get one free going on through the whole month of September on Thursdays for fall Starbucks drinks. And so we were doing that on Thursday. So that was the first one that we participated in. So that's kind of the general layout. And you'll see some days I have more journaling. Some days I have less journaling. But that is sort of the typical layout. Had a lot of vellums early on. I realized as I got towards the end of the planner, I started using less tip-ins because I was running out of space. It was so thick and heavy that I started using less. But I'll flip through these daily pages quickly. Oh, I talked about this before. This was my first time having Popeye's chicken. So I actually tipped a piece of the bag in here because I thought it was really cute, and just kind of wrote on it on the back how delicious I thought it was. So I love having that type of stuff. Here's another sort of idea brain dump page about potentially using a Hobonichi for work. As I think you know, if you've been around the channel for a while, I did end up sticking with digital planning for work. But I just wanted to, that's part of the reason why I like to dump things out. It helps me think through things. So another example there. Back to weekly. And then the daily pages. All right, and then that brings us to the end of the month of September. I'm not sure what I had intended for this blank 2-page spread, but I obviously had something intended. But then the next page gets us right into October. All right, so here's another example of a free printable from Hello Petite Paper. Really absolutely gorgeous calendar with some artwork for the month of October. And then I made this vellum, or made this acetate to tip in with just some pumpkins behind it. And then here is the October Master Family Calendar and the October Meal Plan. And then I also had a bit of information around this YouTube channel, kind of when I was planning to publish things and what my batch record dates were, things like that. This is the cutest thing. This was an older planner press from the Digital Dash box. Had a brain dump and just a sticky notes dashboard, and then some Thanksgiving and Christmas planning pages, which I didn't fill up, but I did have some good, this kind of got my brain thinking about the holidays upcoming. And then we go right into the weekly and daily pages. I had this page set aside for some Thanksgiving menu ideas. I didn't end up using all of the space, but I did use some of it. But I think I had thought I would come back here to write more, but didn't actually need to. It was pretty quick and easy for Thanksgiving for me. Some days have a lot more planning. Some days have a lot more journaling. Here's an example of just kind of my youngest daughter turning 16 years old. I just kind of wrote out a prayer about that. And then thought I might go over to the second page, but ended up not using it. Here's a really fun Halloween kit. And then that brings us to the end of October and then into the November portion. This is, I actually made this in Canva because I couldn't find one that I really liked for the month of November. So I made this in Canva and then printed this acetate with this great image of the sweaters. Had the family calendar and the meal plan calendar. And then had some Thanksgiving plans, more places to sort of drop in things. I was adding sticky notes about things to remember and things to purchase, meals to cook, all of that. And then had also started a list of sales and deals for Cyber Monday, which I ended up doing the bulk of my holiday shopping on Cyber Monday. Had a brain dump area. This one was quite full of things for brain dumping. And then went into the weekly and the daily pages. This was fun. We went on a nice, got a lot of journaling on these two pages, but we went to this really awesome apple orchard in Virginia and on a trip, and took the bag, really pretty bag, and just tipped that in. There are so many notes about just things going on in our lives, you know, in addition to the schedule and the to-dos, just little journaling and notes about things going on in our lives that I will be so thankful for as I think back to the future. As I think back, you know, and in the future, look back on these, I'll be so thankful for all of these. Oh, I actually tipped in, I got a note from someone that I work with, just a thank you note, and receiving a handwritten thank you note is so unusual. I actually tipped it in because I wanted to hold on to it. Okay, then I had some, that was the end of November. Before the month of December actually started, I actually put in some planning pages. I had the Hallmark movies holiday movie schedule, and then I had a list of Christmas movies to watch, and I did watch so many of these and I stopped tracking, so I'm actually going to go through and mark them so that I know I didn't skip out on all the good movies. I watched all the good movies, and you guys gave me a lot of ideas when I showed you all this. You gave me a lot of good ideas about Christmas movies that I had not actually thought about before, or hadn't ever heard of in some cases. Someone suggested Meet Me in St. Louis. I think that's the name of it. It was absolutely wonderful. That my first time ever watching that. That was an absolutely wonderful, and I didn't even know that that was a Christmas movie. So really appreciate the recommendation for that. Okay. Now I've got my list all checked off, ready to close out. Christmas goodies list. This is my baking list with my ingredients and all the things to buy. A grocery list, prepping for guests, a checklist, other things I needed to get done. My list and reference for setting up my 2024 planner. I kind of had, what do I want to include in every month? What are the annual pages that I need to set up, the weekly spreads, notes, all, things I needed to do, all of that. So this was really helpful when I was setting up my 2024 Stalogy. Had all of the holiday meals. We have several guests throughout the weeks around the holidays. So I have different meals and snacks and things like that I cook. So this was really handy. And then we go into December. Here's December. And the calendar, these actually both came right out of Canva, and so did this. I printed this on acetate. And then there's our monthly calendar and our meal plan. And then I had another one, a third monthly calendar this month, because I had so many things I needed to remember just specific to the holidays that I needed to remember to do. So I included those here. I had a calendar for this YouTube channel. You can see I didn't use it at all. I just kind of managed it. I use Notion also to help manage activities for this channel, and I just really managed it out of there. I kept it out of the planner for some reason. And then we go right into the daily pages. And I will say, I was doing really good and using my planner quite a bit in the beginning of December. So I actually wrote out a list of all the Marvel movies on Disney Plus in order of the multiverse, not in order of when they were released. And I started to watch it. I've actually gotten through a number of these. So I don't know if I'll finish it. Maybe that's something I could carry over into the new year. But as I was wrapping gifts and baking and stuff like that, I was going through these movies. So anyway, I was really good about using my planner at the beginning, but then when we got into the thick of the holidays, I actually just didn't use my planner very much at all. And you can see here, this is the week before Christmas. You can see that it just kind of died down, absolutely died down. And that's because I was living in the moment with family. Here's the week of Christmas. I did a little bit of journaling, but it really died down and I did not use it. And then here are just the rest of the pages, and I've got all kinds of things here. This was a very detailed Christmas list, like everything I had left to buy. I've got some blank pages. I've got some scribbly stuff. This was a comparison I was making, Costco to Sam's Club, like what are the pros and cons of each one. Making that decision, some scribbly stuff here. That is my last planner of 2023. It has been such a wonderful planner. Really chunked up. I absolutely love this planner. I had so much fun in it. It holds so many memories for me, and I'm going to love coming back to it in the future and flipping back through it as I do with all of my planners. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the flip through. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the monthly setups and the ideas. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got a brand new one in a brand new cover to get started with in 2024. So stay tuned for all of that. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to Planning Annie for more content like this. And as always, thanks for planning with me.